Hi guys, my name is Shardae, and today I'm going to show you how to get the perfect brow. With brows, they are extremely important because they frame the face. Without brows, we kind of look funny, and with brows, I guess we can tend to look funny too. However, it's all about the balance. You want to find the brow that best fits your face. I go for more of a thicker brow because, as you can see, I have my natural brows right now, and they are pretty thick. However, depending on your face shape and what you like will depend on the kind of brow that you go for. So let's get started. There are a few key items that you will need to create the perfect brow. I like to use a gel for my eyebrow, but you can also use a pencil or a powder. I am not a powder girl because I find that it transfers when I go to give somebody a hug. I also like to always have a spoolie. I have two different ones here. This one's just a little bit smaller, so it's a little bit tighter to get to the eyebrow. However, this is going to help brush up the eyebrows, keep them in place when you go to create your perfect brow. I also use an angled brush. That is going to help me with the gel product. I also have a kind of like a concealer brush is what I would consider this. I like to sketch out my brow first with a concealer before I go in with my product. So with that being said, I'm going to start with this. This is step one for me. I'm using a matte concealer, but you can use whatever concealer you would like. I'm going to take my angled brush and dip into the product. I do have it only on one side. I'm going to go in and go right underneath my brow as close as I can get. With this, I'm just creating the shape of my eyebrow, and when I go in with my product, I'm using less product because I already know what my brow should look like. I also pull this product down onto the eyelid because once we're done, of course this looks a little funny, but I'm going to blend it out and it'll look more natural. I didn't say this before, but when using the concealer, you do want to go with something slightly lighter than your skin complexion. You don't want to go too light because it will look a little funny, but you want to go something a little bit lighter. It's going to give you a natural highlight underneath your eyebrow. Next, I'm going to go in with, the eyebrow pencil. I'm going to do a little bit of both. The eyebrow pencil is what I would use on a normal basis. When I'm getting up in the morning, I have to be out of the house kind of quick, so I just grab the pencil. On game day, I would definitely use an eyebrow gel. It's waterproof, it's sweat and humidity resistant, and because we have long days, I definitely want my brows to stay on. Today, I'm going to use a little bit of both, starting off with the pencil. You can use any pencil that you prefer. I like something that's more stiff, not something that I have to sharpen and this twist up. I'm going to start with underneath of my eyebrow, kind of sketching it out. I don't typically go over top at first. It just looks a little bit more artificial. Now that I've done that, I'm going to go in with the gel and the angled brush that I mentioned earlier, and I'm going to take a little bit of that product to create my tail in. Just a little bit, I coat back and forth. And I'm going to start slightly above and bring it down to the side. Like so. I'm going to go back in with the spoolie that I talked about earlier, and I'm going to brush this product through my brow. And it's really important to always start off with a little bit. A little bit goes a long way. It's always easier to add, harder to take off. Now we're gonna move to the other brow. Same thing, taking the pencil and going right underneath. It's really important to remember that eyebrows are sisters, not twins, so they are not going to look exactly alike every time. So try not to spend your entire morning getting frustrated over your brows. As you can see with mine, I have a higher arch on this side, but with makeup I can kind of fix that and make my brows as similar as possible, but they're not going to be perfect, and I'm okay with that. I'm going back in, with my concealer, and I'm just going to clean up a little bit more underneath, especially this brow because I've created a different arch for it. Going back in with my spoolie, brushing the product through. This is going to help it to look just a little bit more natural. I think I have my brows the way that I would like it. So now I'm going to go in with a blending brush. This is going to help to pull all that product down onto the eyelid, which will also act as a base for your eyeshadows. Good, I think they look good. Next thing I'm going to do is go in with some sort of powder. You can do a translucent powder. I'm going to do one that is closer to my skin tone. I'm going to set all of that concealer over top of my eyelid so that it doesn't crease, and then when I go in with powder eyeshadows, it's not going to pick up. Using that same fluffy brush, just cover the eyelid completely. And the last step I'm going to do is set my eyebrows. This is a eyebrow gel. So this is going to help keep the brows kind of straight up and also keep the product into place too. So your eyebrows won't move around. And there we have it, guys. Here is my version of a perfect brow, and I hope that I am able to help you guys too to create your perfect brow.